Okay, welcome to day 3 of our training.
Bye. Bye.
Joy, you're welcome. Please let's tell others that we are live now. So that okay, thanks so much. Igwe Austin, you're welcome. So we'll start the main work today. We'll start building the real sites today. So let's wait for others. This is 4:02 or thereabouts. Let's just be patient. So I'm going to share my screen pretty soon. Marvelous, you're welcome. We're starting pretty soon. So how many of us have tried the free hosting and domain, the free domain and hosting space? And how many of us have also installed the WordPress? Because without that, there's no way you can use Elementor. Lawal, you're welcome. So please, let's try to, Loba Sam, you're welcome. Let's try to install the free domain and hosting space. Just go through the video, watch the video I shared on how to get free domain. I'll share my screen now. So for those that are just joining, I might not see you, but let's see how it goes. So test WP. I talked about test WP yesterday, testwp.com, where you can get your free domain and hosting space, right? I think this contains about one gig space. So whatever you are doing should not exceed 1 gig. So please, if you have not done this, quickly do that. Quickly do that. So from this part, you can, please, you'll be hearing some background noise. My family are around, so you bear with me. So you, please, let's quickly do that. Just try to go through the video I shared on how to get a free. Let me show you the video here. So this is a video how to get free domain and hosting space. Please go through this video. This video will help in our today's class. So let me quickly let's go to the WordPress dashboard. So I said earlier on, to get into your WordPress dashboard, you type in the name of the domain slash WP admin. So the name of the domain slash forward slash WP admin. So I've logged in before, so it didn't ask me to input my username and password. So let me log out. So it will ask you for your username and your password. Then you input your username and password and you log in. So if you see this, all you need to do is to click on remind me later, or you set up your, so just click on remind me later. It will link you to this part. So yesterday class, we talked about how to create different pages. We also talked about how to customize, how to install new theme, how to install new plugins, and so on and so forth. So today, let me log in with this, so we can start from scratch. I want to quickly log into this free dashboard. Okay, so let me open the site on a new tab. Okay, I did this yesterday. So we are going to delete all this. This is like a mini e-commerce website. So we are going to delete all this and start from scratch. So how do I delete and start from scratch? All you need to do is to install. Now learn how to install plugin. I'll click on add new. Under plugin, click on add new. Let's type WP reset. If you have a full website, then you want to start from scratch. I want to delete all this. All I need to do is to install WP reset. This is it. This is a plugin, WP reset, to reset your WordPress site. So I'll click on install. After installing, the next thing for you to do is to activate, right? Kate Smith, you're welcome, Kate. So I've activated it. Now, where will I find what I just installed? You come down to tools. Under tools, you see WP reset. Now, I'm not saying that all plugins you install will come down to tools. No. For this particular plugin, once you install it, you will see it under tools. So I'll go down to WP reset. I'll click on it. I want to close this box that is showing here. Okay. So just click outside it to go out. So just scroll down to the last part of towards the last part, under this part here, under this site reset. You can click on reactivate current theme, then reactivate all current active plugin, but I don't want to do that. Let me just reactivate the WP reset. Then inside here, it's showing type in reset. So type in reset, then click on reset site, then click on reset WordPress. So it's resetting my WordPress from scratch. So I have a new WordPress. So if I refresh this, all my site is gone. Now this is a new website. So I'm going to install a theme. So once I install theme now, we'll start installing plugins, right? So let me go down to appearance, dismiss this, appearance theme. Let's use the abstract theme. It's installed already. Let's activate it. Activate. If you want to learn how to install theme, do your theme setup, you have to go through the first tutorial we did on introduction. I think introduction to WordPress. So let's go down to So let's create some pages. Pages, add new. Home, schedule. You click on schedule twice. Add another page. About. Then let me put in the last page, contacts. Okay, now that we are done with that, let's quickly create our menu, appearance, menu. Let's name it as main. Then click on create menu. I'm just trying to fasten this rate. I might not be explaining word for word because we have done this yesterday. So if you're not in class yesterday, you have to go through the videos we did, the yesterday tutorial. So let me quickly adjust. I don't want to spend exceed 1 hour in this training. So let's click on save. So we have done that. So let's quickly customize the site by going to appearance. So if I refresh my site, let's see what we have. So we have our menu. I might just leave this as the logo. Then let's change what we have here. Let's change the page. So come down to home page, the home page settings, right? Choose a static page. Then where do you want your home to be? This is, I want the home here. For this site, we don't have blog. So there's no need for you to choose which will be the blog and all that. So let's publish. Close it. Okay, I think I added sample page. I need to remove this sample page. Did I? Okay, I created my menu, but I didn't tell WordPress which I didn't activate it. Once you create your menu, the next thing for you to do is to activate it as primary menu. Please don't forget to activate this part. So let's save. So once I refresh now, this sample page will go out and the arrangement will be so well arranged now. I want to start building my website. So let me show you a particular site we'll build now, explaining what we'll build something like this now. We'll build a site like this, something simple as this. So with this, I'm going to explain some tools using Elementor. Right, Elementor is a page builder. We have different page builder. We have different tools you can use to build your websites. We have Beauty Bank, we have WP Bakery, we have BV Builder. So I am so cool with Elementor because Elementor is so flexible to use, very, very flexible to use. So how will now? I've created all my pages. I want to start building my website. Then first thing for me to do is to install a plugin called Elementor. Click on Add New. On your search plugin here, type Elementor. Elementor. Now, Elementor Website Builder. This is what we want to install. Elementor Website Builder. Let's install. I think it's already installed. Then once you install, then you activate. We have it already. That is why it's showing us for us to activate it, right? So this is it here, Elementor. Now, Elementor have the pro version and the free version. What we use for this class is the free version. I have the pro version. I also run a mentorship platform. Currently, for this cohort, for this training, I'm slashing my mentorship platform to, it's normally 45,000 to join my mentorship platform, but I'm currently slashing it down for you guys for 5,000 naira. So for those that want to join my mentorship platform, there are so many stuffs. I will explain the mentorship platform later on, not now. So this is Elementor. Now I want to start working on my page. I want to start building my website. After this class, you'll be able to build something like this. something like this, or something similar to this after now, right? Now, let's start. I've installed my plugin. Now, come down to pages. Come down to pages. This is the home page. It's showing as your front page. Once you come on top, you see this option, edit, quick edit, trash. Trash simply means to delete a page. If I want to delete this simple sample page now, just click on trash. It will go down to my trash bin under trash. You can also restore by clicking on the trash to restore it, right? But we are not doing that for now. Let's just go down to now. Normally, I love to right click so that I won't go out of this man here. Just right click on edit, open link in a new tab. It will open in a new tab, right? Now, the next thing for you to start the next thing for you to do to start building your website is to click on edit with Elementor. Edit with Elementor. So loading, Elementor is loading now. I'm going to activate it later. So this is the Elementor, right? This is widgets. All these are the tools you'll be using. We have the basic tool, then we have the pro tool. Now, if you install Elementor Pro, you will have to unlock all this. If you join my mentorship class, my mentorship platform, you will get the pro version for free. If you want to buy the pro version, it will cost you a lot. But joining my mentorship platform gives you access to the pro version of the Elementor Pro. It's just one of the benefits you get when you join my mentorship platform. So this is, and for those that want to join the mentorship platform, the link is below this video. You can go through the link and join. It's one way you can support what I'm doing. So this is the general so I can't explain all these tools. To be sincere, I can't explain all these tools. Once we start working on different projects, we'll work on different projects in this training. I have a project that is coming up. I want to build a website just like Udemy for a client, a website where people can do online course, pay for online courses and all that. I will start the work within this week, and people that I'm going to bring in some people to build the site with me. And people that will have access to build the site with me are those people in my mentorship platform. Yes. And they will also join me in building some sites by next week. So for the basic plan, let's start explaining. So this is insert section. Elementor is made up of different sections, right? We have sections by sections. If you can understand this section, you'll be so good with Elementor. Now, this is section 1. This is another section. And this section is divided into two, 1, 2. Why this part, we just have only one section here. Then this part, we have one section. Then inside that section, we have different sections inside. 1, 2, 3 is a section. This is another section. So I'm going to explain all these jargons now, right? Now, we want to get something like this. I'm trying to explain this with a project so that I won't start explaining the tools without giving you examples of what to do, right? Now, this part here, in this section, we are going to make use of 3 different tools. We are going to make use of a section. We are going to make use of a text header. We are going to make use of a text editor. And we are going to make use of a button. So we are using 3 different tools in this part, right? Please follow me. Okay, so let's go down to our home. Once you click on this add new section, this plus button, I'm going to explain this folder button later, but let's start with this plus button. So to start building a website, you click on this plus button. Now, remember I said we need one section here. Let me show you a different website where you can use 2 sections like this. Let me quickly open my mentorship platform so that you can see where I use the journeybegins.com/mentorship. So for this particular part now, we have 2 sections, 1, 2. Why this other particular part, we have only one section. Now, if you want to build something like this, this is what you will use. You will use this other section that have two sections. You will use this one. But now that we are building something like this, we are using one section, right? Just one section. Now, this is a section. Now, as soon as I click the section, we have the settings here for each section. Please follow me, right? We have this settings for this section. This plus button is to duplicate your section. Once I click on the plus button, we have a button showing you to add new section, but we don't need it. You have to close it. If you want to delete this section, you have to click on it on this delete button to delete it. Now let me add another section. So this is the section. So let's start building. Now the width. What? I'm so sorry. My son is here. So what size do you want for the width? How wide do you want it to be? How wide do you want it to be? So let me. Now, if you take close look, right? Look at this part now. This is the width. If I reduce more, you can see it has reduced again. If I reduce again, it has reduced more. But now I don't want it to be 500. I want it to be, you can type inside 1100. I love using 1100. I love using, please, I'm so sorry for this. I love using 1100 for my width. Then under this column gap, as we work, I'm going to explain this column gap. So let's work on the height. How high do you want it to be? The height of the this thing. So under height, we have talked about width. Now I want to talk about the height. Let's use a mini height, right? Now mini height, you can see how wide the stuff is now. It's around 400. If you reduce it, you can see it's coming high and low. So let's go with 400 for a start. Right? Now, hope I'm not too fast and hope we are all following and hope you can hear me very well. Now, this is what I want to do. I want to add picture inside it, right? I want to add picture inside it. So I'll click inside this middle part. I'll click the middle part, then come down to style. We have layout, we have style, we have advanced, right? Now let me use style. I come down to style. We have background overlay, we have border, we have shape divider, we have typography, right? So let's deal with the background first. I want to add background. Now the background type, we have classic. This classic, we have classic deals with picture and color. Now if I use this, this is what is showing. If I update my site, now once I update my site, look at what it will show now. Let me refresh it. Now it's showing black. It's showing black. Let's go back. But I don't want color. What I need is picture. So I'll click on this image here. We are still under background. I'll click on image, choose image, or you click on this plus button. Now it will ask you upload image or media image. Currently, we don't have any image here, so I'm going to click on select file. Let me upload a picture from download. Let me use something like this, which is what I use. Once you click on it, just click on open. Now, if you want me to send you this picture, this exact picture, please let me know. I'm going to send it to you. So once you click on it, the next thing for you to click on is click on select. Just click on select. Now, this is the picture. The picture is too big. If I update it, please take notes and refresh my page. Is too big. Look at what we have here. It's quite different from this. Now, I want it to fit like this. Please, all what I'm doing is very simple. You just have to follow the step. I want it to fit. Now it's showing full image. Just scroll down a bit. The settings. It's showing now under repeats here. Click on no repeats. Then under display size, we have auto, we have cover. This is what we want, cover. Hope you are getting it. And we have contain. We don't want contain. What we need is cover to get something like this. If I update it, look at what it's giving. Let me refresh my page to see what we have now. This is it. But the height of my stuff is too short. The height is too small. Look at the height we have here. It's kind of long. Now, what will I do? I have to go back to increase the height. You know, we use 400 for the height. So you come back to this layout. Under height, let's increase the height. You can use, let's use 550 or 580, right? So this is the height of what we are working with. Please, if you are following, just type you are following on the chat on this thing so that I can know you are all following, please. If you are confused, let me know that you are confused, please. I'm waiting for your response. Please, if you are following, let me know you're following. Okay, Joy, thanks so much. So if you look at this part is kind of dark. It is called background overlay. Ours is somehow bright. Look at very bright, but this part here is somehow dark, right? We don't want it to be very bright. Now, the next thing for us to do is to add a background overlay to it. Now, how will I add background overlay? Come down to style again, where we have our background. Now, click on this stuff to close the background. If you click on it, it will bring it back. If you click on it, it will take it off. Now, this is the next one, background overlay, right? Now, the background overlay, click on classic. Then under color, pick the color you want. Red. I use black. Now, under opacity here, you can reduce the opacity. You can also increase. So just adjust it to what you want. Once I update it, let's see what we have done so far. This is what we have done so far. Okay. Now, once you follow this video step by step, you can do this. I so much believe in you that you can do it. Let me also increase the height of this a bit. Okay, I think this is better. Now, the next thing for us to do is to add our test. Let me copy this test. I want to add this test to it. Now, what will I use to add my test, right? I'm going to come down to this 9 button here on top of this part. You can come down here or you click on this plus button here. Once you click on this plus button, take note, it will change automatically, right? Or once you click on this part here, it will also change automatically. Now, this is the tool we want to use, heading. I want to use this heading. Heading is for test editor. We have heading and test editor. Heading is for big test, while test editor is for a sub test. Now let me use my heading. I'll click, it's called drag and drop. Elementor is mainly drag and drop. So I'll click and drag it to where I want it. Now I can see the color is showing here. Now this is it. This is it. Now under this box here, under here now, you can't, don't come here to do your, you can type here, but it's not professional to start typing inside this part. The best thing for you to do is to type inside this container here. Now let me paste what I've copied. This is it. And remember, our text is bold and is also white, right? And is also centralized. Look at alignment here. Just centralize it. It's at the middle. Now, under styling, that is where you can color your text, increase the size of your text and all that. So under style, Look at text color. I'll click on it. I'll change the text color to white, right? Now, typography is for your text increments, your font changing and all that. Once you click on this pencil, it will bring out the settings. Now, the font family, let me use Lato. You can use, just type in Lato. You can use any font family of the choice. Now, the weight, how thick do you want it? We have 600, we have black and all that. So let me use the black. And the font size here, you can type in 52. Now, there's something here. Look at where this text is starting from. I had to adjust the width of my box, but this one is starting somewhere here. Now, how will I do that? I have to work on my width. I'll click on this part here, this whole section. I will reduce the width. The width is 1100. You can reduce it to something smaller, something like this. You can use 900, right? Update. Now let's refresh what we have and see how far we have come. This is what we have now. Hope it's simple. Okay, so the next thing for us to do is to add this little man here, this text here. I will highlight it. I built this whole site today. Within today, I finished everything here. Within just today, I finished everything here today. So let me copy this. Now, the next thing for you to do is to click on this section, come down to text editor, click and drag in your text editor. Now, the best thing for you to do to see all your text is to change the color. Just come down to style. Remember, I told you to increase your fonts, to increase the fonts, to change the color, you have to come down to style. Let's change it to white. Let's centralize it, alignment. For this header, alignment is not under style. Alignment is under content. Yeah, but for your text editor, alignment is under style. So let's centralize it. So let's go and paste the text we have. Now let's check the size of what we have here. Let me increase the size to 18 or 20. Now come down to style, typography. The size, let's say 20, right? Then this part, let's increase it to, I think it's too bold, let's say 500. Okay. Let's try 18 and see. Okay, if we want to use 18, 18 is still fine. Okay. So the next thing for me to add is my button. Now we have used 3 widgets. We have learned 3 widgets automatically. We have used the section widget. We have used the text editing widget. We have used the text editor widget. Now the next one to use is the button. Now I want to use my button widget now. How will I do that? I'll come down here again to choose my widget. Remember, it's click and drag. Just drag it to where you want it. Now this is my button. This button is at the left hand side. So let's centralize this. Alignment, center, right? Now to start, to put in your text, this is where you put in your text. Discover more. Now let me start working on my button. Don't forget, you have to come under style. If you want to add icon to this button, you can come down to your icon or icon library to add icon. You can put your side arrow or just type right. Now I want it to be at the front of it. Now it's showing icon position after or left and all that, right? Now let's start doing magic to our, just come down to style. You can change. Normally I use 16 for my font for my button. So for the background color, which is this, I can change the background color to something similar to what we have on the site, right? something like this. Now, over simply means once I come on top, what will happen? Do you want it to change color? You come down to hover, your text color. Once I come on top, I want the text color to change to black. You can see it's changed to black. Then what else? I want the background color to also change when I come on top of it. You can see, right? That is the over effect. Now my button, sorry, I think the discover is wrong. My button is looking too small. My button is looking too small. Look at the size of this button is bigger than what we have here. So let's work on the button part. Now you come down to style again, scroll down. Now border radius. I explained border radius yesterday. How sharp do you want the edge of your text to be, your button to be? For my border radius, let's choose 8. I love using 8. Now the padding, just unlink this. If you unlink it, it becomes small. Now I told you your top and bottom must be the same and left and right must be the same. Let's choose 16. 16 for top, 16 for bottom. Or let's increase to 18 or 20. Let's use 20. Then here, let's use 60. Sorry, 60. And the left 60. Something like this. And this is button. Now, what if I need button that just have I don't want fill. I don't want background. I just want border. Now, this is you just remove the color, just remove it, then add your border, or you can reduce the transparency here, something like this. Then for the border, solid, use solid border, something like this. Most of us have seen something like this before, but this is not what we want. You can also use Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z, people say Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z, Ctrl Z. It works too. So it all depends on what you want. Okay, so we have gotten our hero. This is called the hero or banner. Let me update. Oh, someone said this is more simpler to use. Okay, let me not say that out. So this is what we have now. And I think I'm going to, if we have more time, I'm going to show us how to make it responsive with all devices, right? Okay. But let's just start working with all these jargons that we are working with. Now, the next thing for us to do is to add another section. Now, what other section do we have? We have this section. Remember, I told you about section. This have one section, two sections. We have two sections here, and it's black. So just click on this part here. We use this one before, one section. Now we are using this one, two sections, right? Now you can now click work on the height. Let's use mini heights. Okay. The background is black. Don't forget that. Background color, black. This is it. So the first part, we have image. How will you put in your image? Just click, this is image icon. We are using a new icon now. Click and drag your image in, right? The image is in now. Now the next part, we have two kind of text. We have the header and we have the editor, right? So let's copy this. Ctrl C. I'll come back here, click on heading, drag it in, right? Now let me change the color. Don't forget white. Then typography, let's use size 24 and see. Okay, 24 is fine. Then you can increase the boldness if you want to. It's not compulsory, but if you want to increase your boldness, you can. So the next part to add now is our text editor. Click and drag it in, right? So the next thing for us to do is to copy, and I use ChatGPT to generate all this. Yes, I'm a fan of ChatGPT. So one of our classes, I'm going to show us how I use how I use ChatGPT more to generate content. And sometimes some clients will not want to give you content. Yes, so let's change the color of this to white. You can increase the size, let's say size 18. Okay, now let's bring in our picture. Just click on it to show you choose image. Just click on the picture, choose image. Let me upload the picture. I use this. Open. Nice. Loading. Just click on select. We have it here. Yeah. Now you might be saying this picture is too big. What will I do? Fine. You can reduce your picture size. Come down to style. Reduce the size of your picture. You can also reduce the width of this man here. Just come down here. Click on this. We have this dot here, we have this dot here. This dot now, this particular one is to control this particular section. You know, we have one section, two sections. To control this particular section, you click on this widget here, this column here. Now, the width, if you type 1, um, let's type 20. You can see 20 is very small. Let's use a smaller size. Let's use 45, right? Now the gap, I think the gap is too much. So let me increase my image. Now, if you look at what we have here, if you look at this top, there is a gap. It's called padding. We have margin and padding. So I'm going to explain margin and padding briefly. So we have, so by tomorrow, we'll build a complete portfolio website. That is what we use for your stuff. So under this part, click here. Come down to advanced. To set your padding and margin, you have to go down to advanced. Now, unlink this one so that everything will not, once you link it and you type a number, it will give it same number, right? But I don't want the same number for everything. Let me unlink. So for the top, let's put 80. The bottom, let's put 80. You can see we have more space, padding space. Padding gives spaces within the container, while margin gives space outside the container, right? So we have this. But this gap now is what is disturbing. The gap is too much. So let's go back. Okay, let's go down to column gap. Let's use no gap. Okay, there's no gap now. And what I used for that other one, I used so you can also centralize your picture. You can also align your picture to this part, something like this, to center, to left. So it all depends on what you want. So let's use this. I think I'm cool with this. So once you update it, let's see what we'll have. Let's refresh our page. So we have this. We'll also do motion effect very soon. Once someone come down to your site. Okay, let's quickly do the motion effect. I want to apply motion effect to this test. I'll click on the test, come down to advanced, scroll down, let's remove this. Motion effect. Now entrance, how do you want it to come in? Fade in. We have fade up. We have fade left. We have different effects. But one thing about effects, don't um, use effects all over your site. Just be careful on how you use your effects. So let's use another effect here. Let's also use the fade up and the button too. Click on the button. Just go down to advanced. You see the motion effect. Where is that effect? Okay, motion effect. Sorry, fade up. Now let's see how those effects will appear on our site. Once I refresh my site, let's see. You can see it's better like this than just putting it normal. Once you refresh it, the way it pops up is welcoming. You can also apply effect to any of this stuff. We also do advanced effects too as time goes on. We have less than 20 minutes to our class to end this class. We'll end pretty soon. So let me quickly explain some other stuff. So let me explain the inner section stuff of a thing, the inner section. So let me add section, one section. Let me also go down to advanced padding. Let's use 80 top and 80 bottom, right? Now the width, let's choose 1100 for my width. I want to add something like this to the site. You can also do your button. You can copy your button and paste here. How will you do that? How will you copy button and put here? Just come down here, right click on this button, copy, then come back, right click on this section, right click and paste. Look at the button. Don't leave it like this, align it to left, something like this, right? Now let's go back to what we're doing. This section, this is what we want to do. We want to do something like this. We have our test. Let's copy in our test. I think the background is black too. Under style, choose the background color, black. Centralize your test, paste what you have copied, your style, change it to white. So it's just repeated process, repeat process, just repeat the same process and all that. Now, this next one is called inner section. Inner section. You know, we have the big section. Now, this is called inner section. How do I add inner section like this? So just come down to this part. We have inner section. Click and drag it in. Right? Now, this inner section here is 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, I will have to duplicate this one. Duplicate. We now have 3. If you want 4, you right click, duplicate. So we have 4. You can also duplicate to add 5. So it depends on what you want to do. So let's Ctrl Z. All I need is just 3. Come on. I need 3 sections. So let's start copying. I will not be able to put this line now. This line is called is a plugin I use for that. I use a plugin, so we are going to learn to use that plugin very soon. So let's put header, live streaming, style, repeated process, white, change it to let's say 20 or 22. Okay, 22 is fine. You can also use divider for that. Yes, we have what referred to as we have divider. Just type divide. This is another widget, divider. Click and drag it in. Let's change the color of the divider to white. Divider is there. The width. How thick do you want it to be? Then the gap. Let's reduce the gap. Now it's somehow far from the distance. I'll come down to advanced margin. I'll reduce the margin minus just right. Now, the width is very long. Come down to contents, reduce the width. Are we getting it? Now, the next thing for me to add is my text editor. So let me copy this text. Control C. Text editor. You can see we have two colors. Don't make sure it's inside this section. If you put it here like this, it will appear inside this full section. What you need is for it to appear inside this first box. So let's put it in. Right. Now, is this text, you can also click and drag this one up. So you can just is click and drag, click and drag, click and drag. There's nothing add in there. Just more of clicking and click and drag. Once you can use your mouse, you can use Elementor. Elementor is simple to use. So let's use 16 or 18. Right. Now the next thing for us to do is to do this border. You can see is having white border stuff like that. So let's click on this section, this first section here. Please take note, this first section. Okay. So you come down to style, under border type, I need solid. The border width, I need 1. Then the border color, I need white. Right? Now the border radius, I need 8. Everything to be 8. Now let me update and show you what I've done so far. Now this is it. Now it's looking as if it's too close to the edge. Now I need to apply my padding, right? I need to apply padding to it. Click here, this part here, advanced, padding, let's use 20. Padding top 20, padding right, let's use 20 for everything. Now if you want to use 20 for all, you have to just activate 20. Just activate this to apply 20 for everything. Now, the last thing under here, if you come down to this side, it's changing automatically, yes. Let's click here, the style, over, background, over effect. Let's choose the color. Something like this. We have the normal background. We don't have color for the normal background, but the over effect, we have color for the over effect. Don't forget to click on this icon to get that done, right? Now, let me add my margin to this. I added padding before. Now, let me add my margin. The left, let's put 10. The right 10 and the left 10. Just add margin for both left and right. I've done for this. I don't need to repeat what I've done here again. Let me delete this. Delete. Delete. Now, right click here, duplicate 1, duplicate again. Very simple as it is. Very, very simple. You don't have to repeat all the old jargons I did all over again. You don't have to do that. Life is not that hard, right? Are we following? So we are having a beautiful website here. If you can do this, you can share it on LinkedIn that this is your first website you have done, right? You have a free domain and a free hosting space to start practicing. Please make noise about what you are learning. Online, make noise about it, please. Please, companies are watching you, people are watching you, clients are also watching you. Please make noise about it. So the next thing for me to do, take notes. We have this, and this. What I need to do is to duplicate this whole section. Now take notes. Just click here, right click, duplicate. Now I need to give it padding. top padding, let's put 30 at the top. Then you can duplicate it again, duplicate. We have 3 of it now. Now, what you need to start doing now is to just copy your text and put in. Just change your text to replace. Click on it, click on the text, replace your text. Please, once you can achieve all this, you are website is not hard. It's just all about knowing where to add your section, knowing how to arrange your section, knowing how to put padding. Once you know how to put padding and all that, website is not hard, right? It is not. It is not. Now, inside the last part, I added a button to it. Just copy button inside this part, paste your button, right? Now you can also reduce the button under here. Let's remove the this thing. To remove that icon, just click here to remove the icon. Then to reduce the width of the button, let's make it 40 and here 40. Then let's make it 16. Sorry, 16. Teaching is not easy. Okay. So I think we might just stop here for today. So this one now is called testimonial, right? So let me look if we have this testimonial widgets here. We have testimonial, but it might not be like what we have. So let me add a section. It might not be exactly what we have on that site. I use different plugins. So I'm going to introduce you to some of the plugins I use. And if you want to join okay, you can also use this. You can duplicate it into 3. Duplicate. So this part, let's add padding to it. No, let's add padding, yes. 80, bottom 80. So the width, you must be mindful of your widths, please. Make it consistent. Then under this part, you can put in what the person said. Under this part, you can choose the picture of the person. Do we have any picture here? Let me see if I have picture. This is a picture. Under this part, you can put the name of the person. It's a Felix. Then what is the person's job? Website developer. Then you repeat the same thing across board. Right? You can also go down to style to change the whole stuff. So in our next class, this same stuff is a repeated stuff here. This side, you can also add your border. So this form is a premium Elementor, a premium Elementor I used to make this form. So as I've said earlier on, if you want to join my mentorship platform, you can just go down. There are so many things we'll be doing in the mentorship platform, so many explanation, one-on-one training, one-on-one class. Some of us will join me to work on a client's projects. So I will also teach you how to make money out of web design, how to charge client and all that. There are so many much to do in my mentorship platform. For those that are interested to join, you can click on the link below. It's just 5,000 naira for now for this course. My normal fee is 45,000, right? for my mentorship platform. But for those that want to join through this link, you can pay 5,000 naira for it. So that is that for this class. Thanks so much for sticking. This is 5 o'clock. I don't want to exceed the normal time. Wow. I don't want to exceed the normal time. So, do we have any question? If you have any question, just comment your question so that we can talk more about it before I leave. Please, if you have any question, please let's discuss. Okay, for those that need the images I use, okay, I'm going to paste it on in our group this thing now, the WhatsApp platform. I'll post it there now. So just get your hand dirty. You can come down to Pinterest. We are going to use Pinterest tomorrow to check different portfolio. You can use Dribble, you can use Behance. Just look at different interface. Well, for now, you can start with simple websites, simple website design. Just put just practice, 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 practice. You can do something like this. So this part is called divider. So maybe in our next class, I'm going to show us the meaning of divider. So this is two section, one section, two section. This is button. This is text header. So once you can play around all this, you are good to go. You are a pro already. Yes, you are. This is also divider. This man here is called divider. Yes. I'm going to show us how to do it. If divider cannot do it, we'll just look for something else. What is divider? Right? So just get your hand, just look for all these stuffs here, divider. Divider. I think that is that for this class. But if you don't have question, please. Thanks so much. So see you tomorrow. For those that want to apply for the free websites, the website this thing, I think they have posted the stuff for us to apply for it. You can apply. And please convince us that you need a website. I'm seeing so many comments. Some people are saying I need website because I want to go global. That is not a reason. Convince us why you need a website, right? Thanks so much. Bye.